activity theory and small group interaction. Now, sociocultural theory, since it places a lot of emphasis on interaction, it has also led to the development of activity theory and the significance of activity for second language learning. Before we move on to looking at more closely at activity theory, we need to understand that whoever is working with this Vygotskyan theory of sociocultural concept of learning does disapprove of the transmission model of knowledge. Now, whenever we are talking about learning or knowledge or education, and whether we speak about it consciously or it is there in the subconscious, we do have some concept with us regarding how is knowledge built. Most often than not, the concept on which our classrooms are working is that the knowledge is transmitted. That is, the teacher is the repository of all knowledge, and the students need to just sit and listen to it, and the input that we give to the learner somehow miraculously changes into knowledge. The Vygotskyan theorists or the sociocultural theorists reject this idea, and they argued that knowledge or learning is always co-constructed. So it is done in social interactions, and it happens within social interactions, and it is not something that happens passively. So yes, input and interaction is important, but unlike input and interaction models, which again are somehow based on more or less passivity of the learner, the sociocultural theorists talk about the engagement of the learners in some activity, in actually that the learning happens within interactions and it is not a result of it. So an interesting bit that the activity theory emphasizes is that the task that we give to a group of students might be the same, yet the individuals who interact within it will somehow participate with different goals, will have different kinds of knowledge levels, and will learn different things. So even though the communicative task is the same, the results of that communicative task will not be the same for all the learners. Even though the group has together been able to achieve the goal that has been set by the learners, the learning that has actually taken place for each individual is different. So what affects this difference among the learners within the group? So according to activity theory, the learner's personal goals might vary, might be different from each other. The entry-level knowledge of the learners might be different. And then the goals that the learners set for themselves, they might also change during the activity. So while they are engaged in one thing in the beginning, they might be distracted, and they might not be distracted in the beginning, and they might become involved in one aspect or the other aspect of the activity. So learner's concentration is then dependent upon the context within which things are going on, how well they know the interlocutors, that is the people they are interacting with, what are their relationships with their peers, whoever they are interacting with, the ongoing reactions to the responses the learners are giving, the time that has been allocated. If too much time is allocated for an activity, they might become distracted. If too less time is given for the activity, they might feel they are not up to it. And then the sequence of the task, how much does it make sense to them so they can become involved? Remember, learner agency can only be involved if they fully understand what is going on. So the claims made by the activity theory is that student subjectivity is inalienable to the task. What does it mean? It means that the task that is given to the learner actually is transformed by the subjectivity or by the understanding or by the involvement that the learner brings to it. It is not an objective thing. When a task is taken up by the student, it is definitely appropriated. It does not remain the same as that has been given to the group. And then students' own immediate task-related goals are critical. What does the individual learner want to achieve from that task will affect the result of that task. It will affect their success or failure of the learning. If they just want other people to do it for the task to be over with, it will be a different thing. If they are there for learning and to learn, it will be a different result. If they are afraid of being insulted by the responses they give, if they are not confident about their own skills, and they are worried about what other people in the group would say, their participation will be less, and they might not be able to learn the language or the structure given to them within an activity successfully.